What's up you guys, Nicolo Maserati here. So before we start this video, I want to thank all of you guys for all the positive feedback that I got from my last video. To be honest, I wasn't really expecting as much good feedback as I got. It's really good to see that other people see the market and the industry the way that I do. So thank you again for all the positive feedback, and if you're watching this and you haven't seen my video on the Sony a7 III, I'm gonna leave it right here, so go check that out. But today guys, we are talking about something that I feel like every photography or videography or filmmaking YouTube channel does, and I'm sure it's something that you guys like to see, and it's what is in my camera bag. So we're gonna get into it, but before we get into it, let's run that intro. Guys, so like I said, today we're going to be talking about what is in my camera bag. What gear do I have? What things are in there. So first, we're going to start with the bag. Now, I have a really simple Canon camera bag. I think this is like the Canon 200DG camera bag. I don't know. You can get it for like 65 bucks on Amazon. I mean, it serves me well. It's not, you know, anything that's too crazy expensive. It's not a brevity bag. It's not, you know, all these other camera bags that are like $200 or $300. For me, this works perfectly. So I don't feel like I need anything else. So I'd rather spend the money on gear and all that stuff before I spend it on a camera bag that I don't really need, because this one works perfectly. So I'll leave a link in the description to that. In fact, all of this stuff that I have, I'm gonna leave a link in the description so you can go check that out. All right, here, we're just gonna do this. So I do know one of the first things that I have is a notebook. I always carry this notebook with me. I like to write things down if I have ideas for a video or even just a tutorial that I want to do for you guys. You know, like my YouTube video ideas, and then I'll write down and I'll kind of plan out what I'm going to talk about and how I'm going to talk about it. So this notebook is amazing. Of course, a pen. Always carry a pen with you no matter what. I have a white balance card. Okay, so these are perfect when you're trying to correct your white balance. If you don't have it and you need to use custom white balance in your camera, don't freak out. What I used to do before I had this is I would just go find something that was white, like a wall or even someone's t-shirt, take a photo of that, and then adjust the white balance that way and just use custom white balance in my camera. A battery pack. So this is just a battery pack with a vertical grip there. Charger, a couple batteries. Yes. You're curious, I know you guys have been thinking about this. Every time you watch my video, you're just wondering like, man, I wonder what deodorant he uses. This is the deodorant I use, and I use this every day, pretty much every day. Every day. Every day I use this, so I keep this with me as well, because when you're running and gunning doing filmmaking, you get sweaty, you get stinky. This is good. Little Joby grip, these things are cool. These have been a lifesaver. I also use these when I'm vlogging, like every other vlogger out there. This is a Zoom H4n. Now, before I got the mic that I'm using right now that's on top of my camera, I was using this. I really love this thing. I'm probably gonna use this now to record more like sound effects and room sound and stuff like that. Not so much for recording just my YouTube videos, like my talking head stuff, but more for like room sound and, you know, sound effects and stuff like that. Oh, okay, so the mic I'm using right now is the Takstar, I gotta look this up. So the microphone I'm using right now is the Takstar SGC 598. Now, before I got this, I was using the H4n, and before I got the H4n, I was using the Rode VideoMic Pro. Sound on this is very, very similar and very close. You almost can't tell the difference between this and a Rode VidMic Pro. Definitely a really great microphone. If you guys are on a budget, but you're like, oh, I want to get the Rode microphone because every other vlogger has that, this is just as good. So definitely pick that up, this Takstar SGC 598. And if you guys are curious, I'm sure you already know this if you've been watching my videos, I shoot with a Canon 6D Mark II, and that is what's recording right now. It's a great camera, although I am switching to Sony, the a7 III. Again, if you haven't seen that video, go check out that video. It's my most recent video. But in the meantime, this camera has served me very well. It does 1080p at 60 frames per second. It's got a flip out screen. It kind of does 4K. It does 4K time lapses, so not like 4K video. Though it's cool, but not like, you know, the a7 III is better. no, we don't need to do this. The Sony a7 III is a way better camera, and it's only a couple $100 more than this thing. But anyway, let's get back into it. I think we're pretty much done. I have, this thing. So this thing is actually really good to have. This is great for, you know, cleaning your lenses and stuff like that. Just kind of wiping off the dust. And then this is kind of broken, but it's supposed to, I don't know if you can see that. It's supposed to stay straight up, but it's like gotten all twisted. What you're supposed to do is you're supposed to take this, wipe the dust off your lens, and then you kind of on your lens, and then you take this and you like that. This. Raise your hand if you know what this is. Did anyone actually raise their hand? I'm just curious. I can't see you, so I don't know if you raised your hand, but awesome if you raised your hand. This is the DJI Mavic Air remote. I know you guys don't care as much about this as you do about this. So the DJI Mavic Air, I absolutely love this thing. I haven't taken it out to fly too much. I did once with my buddy who's like a drone genius, and he builds drones and he does all that crazy stuff, and so we took it out. I didn't get that good of video, so I didn't want to just put it on YouTube because I don't have an ND filter for this yet. When I did get it, they weren't really releasing any ND filters. I'm sure they have by now, but I just haven't picked one up yet. I have flown it in my room, which was a really bad idea, although I did figure out later. So, okay, I'll tell you what happened really quick. So I think I talked about it in one of my recent videos, but basically what happened is I flew it in my room and it wouldn't land because there's too many obstacles in my room. The thing is made to, you know, it wants to be safe. That's what it wants. It doesn't want to bump into anything or anything like that. So I grabbed it. It went to like high-speed sport mode because I was holding it and it was trying to get away from me and I didn't know what to do. Little did I know, I found out that all I have to do is this and it will turn off. So there's a tip for you guys. If that ever happens to you in your house and you don't know what to do, just hold it like this and turn it upside down. It will turn right off. Let's see, we're pretty much done. Got a bunch of change. I don't know why I have a bunch of change in here. Oh, so this is an external battery pack. I think it's like 11,000 mAh or something like that. If you don't know what mAh is, that stands for milliamp hour. That's how much battery life it's gonna give you. And then, let's see. Oh, headphones. As much as you try not to tangle these up, they get tangled. Now, one of the reasons I like to use these, and I'll use these a lot of times when I'm shooting B-roll, or if I'm just trying to get some cool, slow motion, you know, and all that stuff, I'll put on the song that I want to use. And that's a little tip for you guys that you can do is if you have a song that you want to use for a video, find the song before you even start filming. That way you can kind of get an idea of what kind of transitions that you want to do and what kind of movement and stuff like that. So I do like to listen to music while I'm shooting B-roll, the music that I know I'm going to use. If you're curious where I find music, it's Epidemic Sound. There is a link in my description. It's in every single video. It's where I get my music. Epidemic Sound, they are absolutely awesome. It's like $15 a month for a YouTuber subscription. You could use any of the music on their website. So I just go through there. If I know I'm gonna film, I'll go through there before. I'll find a couple songs that I really like, and then while I'm filming, I'll listen to them and just listen to them and listen to them over and over and over again until I just have this picture of what I want to shoot. And that makes shooting and editing a lot easier. So definitely go do that, you guys. If you enjoyed this video, hit the like button below and let me know what you think. And just, you know what, I'm curious, type in let me know your setup. I want to hear what's in your camera bag. Type it out, I want to see it. And if you're not subscribed already, hit that subscribe button and I'll see you in the next video.